Hey Neil, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Good, good. I appreciate you meeting me here again.
Yeah, glad to be here.
Yeah, we're going to run through a few bows here, the 2017 line. This is going to be part 2 of a 3-part series. So we have a couple new brands this time. We're going to shoot the Hoyt Defiant Prime Synergy, the Elite Option 7, and the Elite Tempo. All new for 2017. Get you a brief breakdown of each one. So Neil, take it away.
Alright guys, so the first one we're going to be shooting right now is going to be the Carbon Defiant, the Hoyt Carbon Defiant. It's a 34-inch axle bow, 7-inch brace height, and it's a 325 IBO. So, you know, Hoyt's always been known for their durability. They've even got a YouTube video out there on their dry fire test, which is pretty cool. You can check that out. It's got an optional limb stop, so for the guys that want that real solid back wall, you can add the limb stop to it. If you like that little bit of sponge on that back wall, some guys like that. It's got that set up as it is right now. So here we go. This is the Carbon Defiant. They do make an aluminum version, and they do make this bow in a turbo. This bow's 325. The turbo speeds it up quite a bit. This is going to be a lot more comfortable to shoot, in my opinion, but it doesn't give you the speed that the turbo does.
Right, I noticed it's super light.
It's the bow for you.
How many pounds is my bow here?
70 pounds. I know it's hard to tell from the video, but this bow is super quiet too.
Yeah, it just sits there. That's nice. Has a short valley. Kind of wants to go.
Yeah, if you think that one wants to go, you gotta shoot the turbo. It really wants to go.
It really wants to go.
Alright guys, next up we're going to be shooting the Prime Synergy. Prime's always had this dual cam, kind of looks like a dually on your truck, dual cam system. What's kind of cool about that is it takes away the problem of getting cam lean in your cam. So I really like that. It makes the design real consistent. And another thing they did this year is they raised their grip up in the center of their bow. So by far anything else on the market does not have this balanced of a grip. When our rep came out here, he was kind of showing me, you know, if you put your hand in the center of this bow just balances itself. Where any of the other bows, when you put your finger there on the center of the bow, it'll want to go top heavy. Just the way their grip is balanced. So it's pretty cool. They've got a roller guard, this flex guard here on their system here. This bow is they have the Synergy and the Synergy Hybrid. The Synergy is 33-inch axle to axle, 6.5-inch brace. And the IBO on this one, I want to say, is right around
I think it's 333.
333. I was going to say 335, but 333. Yeah, that sounds right. Really shootable bow. They're the only ones on the market as well using the 82X aluminum, which is a pretty cool deal. I've seen some tests of guys doing some stuff online with knock travel and stuff on these bows, and it's pretty cool. We'll let Nick take some shots with it and see what he thinks here.
Another thing I wanted to point out, you know, is this swerve. Is that the swerve?
Yeah.
I don't know if you guys can see that, but the swerve, it produces that hand shock and any kind of vibration. They figured out which way the bow was torquing during the shot. And so they incorporated the swerve into the bottom of the riser. Real smooth draw. Nice dead in the hand.
So another thing, the guys that really like that real solid back wall, this is going to have a super solid back wall as well. It's got the dual limb stops that roll over hit the limbs.
Super solid. The valley is nice and very quick forward. Unless you let it. Comfortable grip, I like that grip. Super smooth draw. Tap the front and just lets go. It's really easy easy to hold back when you're back there. It's really easy because the pressure is all in the middle of the riser, so you don't move as much.
Another thing that Prime has done this year is with all that balance stuff. If you look up their video or you look up any of their new specs, they have that this bow can hold 49% steadier than anything you're currently shooting. Again, when I talked to the Prime rep and stuff, he explained to me what they were doing and how they did that. And actually at the factory, they took a lot of the reps and had them shooting their current bows or other bows on the market, and they had a laser that would hold on the target and they'd draw back and hold that laser on the target, and then they'd hold the laser on the target with this bow and another bow. And they had a program that would track that laser. Prime's actually, from what I hear, they're working on that, trying to get us that same type of app or whatever it is that we can track that, so that we can prove that. So I'm anxious to get that in and see how true that really is. But the times that I've shot it, I do feel like I can hold the bow pretty steady. But I don't have any way to track it, but it does feel like it holds really steady in the hand. All right, guys. So the next one we're going to be shooting. This is new for Elite this year. The 2017 Tempo. This bow is a 34-inch axle-to-axle bow, 7 1/4 inch brace height, and the IBO on this bow 325. We have another Elite bow we're going to shoot as well, but this is another bow that's going to have the dual limb stops like the other ones that we've been shooting today. I like a 7 1/4 inch brace. A lot of guys won't like that because it's not very fast. I like a more forgiving bow than I do a speed bow, but again, this is just a great bow by Elite. They have a roller guard on here. Elite's always made a real shootable bow. They say take the Elite Shootable Challenge, so they claim to have one of the most shootable bows on the market, and I'm not going to argue with them because this bow definitely does shoot very well.
That hump at the back end that Elite's notorious for.
Yeah.
Kind of gives you that solid back wall. Big valley.
That's one thing I have always liked about Elite is once you get them back, it's almost like you have to push that bow to go forward. I like that.
It's pretty steady in the head. Definitely a shootable bow.
Yeah, definitely a shootable bow. Alright guys, and lastly tonight we're going to be shooting the Elite Option 7. Of course a 7-inch brace height because it is the Option 7. They do make this in a 6-inch brace height, which is the Option 6. This bow is 32 inches axle to axle and the IBO reading of 332. So the cool thing about this bow that Elite has never done, they went to a split limb design, and then they also have an adjustable roller guard here where you can actually adjust this in or out to get the perfect clearance from your vanes. So you always want your cables as close as you can to your arrow to reduce the torque exactly without hitting your vanes. So with this, it's a pretty cool option that you have where you can actually adjust that where it get the least amount of torque but closest to your vanes you can.
Make pretty fine adjustments too.
You can, yeah, it's got some micro adjustment on there and some lines so you can really pay attention to that. Again, it's got the dual draw stops that roll over and hit the limb, so it's going to make for a super solid back wall. This bow, when I first shot it, my opinion is it definitely is a little bit, excuse me, a little bit faster than the other bows that they put out, but it does again have a little bit of a hump at the end of it, but it's still a pretty smooth drawing bow, smooth shooting bow, and it's quiet. I like the 7 over the 6 myself. Again, I'm not a speed guy. I always like more forgiveness.
Looks like it has dual riser cages on this one, on the option.
Yeah, and it does. It's got the riser's kind of split here and split here to bridge it in 2 different places, making it super stiff. Again, the stiffer you can make your riser, the more forgiveness you're going to have in your shot, the more consistent it's going to be. Just like Prime making the 82X aluminum super stiff. Elite's doing this to make it super stiff. That's right about 66, 67 pounds maybe.
Kind of tough for that light weight. Nice valley. That grip is nice.
I love the grip. 7 grip, the V grip.
That's a nice bow. The option's nice. I do like the fact that they come in 6 and 7. This would be a good option to have.
Yeah. Get an option.
Option. Good option.
6 or 7.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for coming out again.